Hello, everyone. It's Ria, and welcome back to Reality TV. So I wanted to come on here today to kind of talk through what's been going on in my world as far as this whole coronavirus thing. I've been having a hard time processing all of the different energies, all of the different opinions, all of the different thought processes. And I had to kind of take a step back because I was starting to get angry. Being an empath, I felt like I was taking on a lot of the collective emotions with how people are feeling about this pandemic. I honestly want to say that I was even feeling some negativity towards me because I wasn't panicking and I wasn't going out there and, buying up all this stuff, or I wasn't locking myself behind closed doors immediately and never trying to go out again. And how dare I go to Dunkin' Donuts and go get a coffee when the world is in a panic. It was starting to get too much for me. And I felt like I had to take a step back, and really not participate in what was, going on. And by that, I mean, because I've been on social media, right, on and off for the last couple of days and stuff like that, post things. I come on in the morning, maybe stop by in the afternoon. And like last night, I don't think I even got on at all. But there's 24 hours in the day, and I'm not spending all day on social media. And it's because of all of the negativity. I was getting upset because I felt like, people were feeling a certain way. People were panicking and people were bugging out. And I just couldn't do enough to help them calm down, to help them say, everything's going to be okay. You cannot, talk to people who are in a panic and in a fear state of mind and tell them that. No matter how much they love you, no matter how much you love them, if they're not willing to receive anything that you're sharing, and for the benefit of their health, because stress makes me sick. I came out of a relationship of 2.5 years, ballooned up with weight and, just completely stressed out with gastritis and high blood pressure because of a stressful relationship. Stress. And I wasn't able to lose weight because of stress. So when I see people, sharing all this negativity, and getting mad at people who are trying to be light about the situation and trying to put their opinions on everybody else, is like, it was just too much. It's just too much. And so, I've been sitting back and I'm thinking about, like, there's something that this pandemic is doing for us. There's something. What is it? What I came up with from just sitting back and asking to be shown, and if I click on something on the internet and read it, or I listen to it and I'm like, this makes sense. That's right. It resonates with me. So I honestly believe that the coronavirus is temporary. We're going to get by. We're going to get by just like we get by with everything else, right? And I know there's some people out there who are like, well, tell that to somebody whose parents or whose grandfather died, or tell that to somebody who's this, that, and the other. You're talking to somebody who's dealt with a lot of death in her life. You can't sit up here and tell me what it's like to lose somebody, because I used to lose somebody on a yearly basis. And I'm not just talking about somebody that I knew of somebody that I knew, or a cousin or uncle. These are parents. These are my parents, my sister, my father, my mother, my uncles, people who I've grew up with. Like, these are close people that I've lost. So I know what it's like to lose someone through sickness and accidentally. I know both. So I can sympathize or empathize. I always forget which one, but I can empathize with someone who is going through someone dying of a sickness. But the thing is that I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to get fearful. I'm not going to be mad. And I felt like I've learned that I actually myself still have a lot to learn about being a human being. Because I believe that this coronavirus is probably, a way of us resetting. Like, because I was like, I'm an extrovert, right? I want to go outside. I want to play, especially if it's nice outside. I want to be outside. I want to talk to people. I want to touch. I'm not an introvert. I'm not somebody who's like, yes, I get to stay in the house. I'm not like that. And I don't have a problem with somebody being that way. I like to be outside, and I will hope that people don't have a problem with how I am. However, with everything shutting down and everything, being the way that it is, I'm like, okay, so maybe this is a time that I'm working from home for the next 2 to 3 weeks or whoever knows how long. But this is probably a time for me to get back to me. I need to look at these, that energy of, I got to go outside. I want to go outside and play. What is that energy? What is the need to do that? Why do I have to do that? Right? Why can't I sit and be and embrace the introvert side of myself? So that's the question that we need to be asking. Anybody that's getting upset about the fact that, they can't go to the store, they can't, do this anymore, or oh my God, what am I going to do if I can't go to the gym? Oh my God, what am I going to do? You know what you're going to do? You're going to sit down on the ground in your house, do some push-ups. Use your body to do whatever it is that you feel like you need to do, or maybe don't do anything at all. Right? So what I come on here to say is like, maybe this is the time that we have to sit back and really look at our self-addictive behaviors and anything that is standing in the way of us being able to do our daily routines. Maybe this is a time for us to break that cycle. Maybe go for a walk outside. Maybe write a book. Maybe do some research. Maybe connect with your family, because hello, you probably sitting at work 12 hours a day and then you come home and you don't want to be bothered. So, but maybe this is a time for all of us to come back together and be more connected to one another. Now, we have to really sit back and think about what we do when we go out to the stores, right? Just because you can afford 12 cases of water, does that mean that you should buy it? Because what if you are coming because you can afford 12 cases of water, so you're going into the store and you're like, I'm getting what I need and what I deserve. I'm going to get it all, right? Your gluttonous behavior. And you buy up all 12, there's 12 cases of water left and you buy all of them. And there's a mother who has a newborn baby at home, and she's a single mom, right? And she don't have all that money, or maybe she's in the space of where she makes too much money to get state assistance. But maybe she's not making that much money, because she's living by herself and she's taking care of her kids and she's walking, and maybe she can only afford 1 or 2 cases of water, and she goes into that store to go buy that 1 or 2 cases of water, and she can't get it because home girl or homeboy or somebody else who felt like, I'm dying and I can afford it, I'm just going to go get it. And just go get it. It's like we have to be more compassionate about our brothers and sisters. And when I say brothers and sisters, I'm talking about everybody, every race, every, person that's out there in this world. I'm talking about all of that, right? Why don't we just be a little bit more compassionate? We don't have to buy all that stuff up. I mean, what are you really doing with the toilet paper, especially now that the curfew is put into place? You're going to wrap yourself in toilet paper and say that's going to help you, that's going to keep the coronavirus away from you? You have to come on, people. Oh my God. We really have to sit back and think about this, and self-reflect. This is a time for self-reflection. And what are you going to do when this stuff is over and done with? What are you going to do when it's finished? Because, not finished, but, because it'll probably be around for a while, but we're going to go back to normal, people. We are. We always do. And are you then going to take this time? Are you just going to jump back into, you know, your daily routines? Or are you going to sit there and be like, you know, I really enjoy this time that I have, and you're just going to be a little bit more compassionate. You're going to be a little bit more non-judgmental, because I realize in my day-to-day stuff, in my day-to-day life, as much as I'm a love and light spiritual person, I do have some issues, and I do need to still grow, because there are people out there that I'm still judging. And I don't want to judge anymore. I don't want to be somebody out here judging people. Oh, look at her. You know, oh, look at him. I just don't want to. It's like, if you guys are doing something different than what I'm doing, great. If you're a smoker and you want to smoke cigarettes, you want to smoke 10 packs of cigarettes all day, go smoke it. I just won't, because that's just not something I want to do. I used to be a smoker, by the way, but that was like 15, 20 years ago. But that's like, we need to just be a little bit more compassionate. If I'm not a vegan, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, all vegans are stupid. Or if somebody says to me, oh, you're not a vegan, how could you be spiritual? Because I meditate. Because I do all the practices, I self-reflect, and that's just what I do. I'm being me. And that's okay. You can be you and be that, and that be okay. And that's the problem that I think that we have as a collective, human beings, is that we always have a problem with somebody, what somebody else does, instead of just saying that, okay, don't like that you do that, but that's my personal preference, right? You want to go and do that? You can go ahead and do that. But we just need to be more mindful and be compassionate that we're all living here together, and we need to share the resources, and we need to love and care for one another, because, hate is what brings us down. Judgments, all those negative emotions, that's what makes us sick. But when you give somebody love and compassion, and you spread love, and you say, you show them that you still care, regardless of whether or not you guys, agree. I'm not judging you. I don't want to judge you, but I love you. I don't like what you do, but you know what? That's your prerogative. And I still love you because of that. I mean, I still love who you are, because you're somebody that, is a living and breathing human being on this planet. And as far as I'm concerned, everybody deserves love. I say that as I know that there's some people out there that are a little bit harder to love, which I hate to say that, but in my opinion, is like, even those people deserve love, because we just don't know where they came from. We just don't know where they're operating from, or how they were brought up. We don't know. We don't know. So I love all my fellow human beings out here, and I'm not going to sit here and buy up everything just to make sure that I have it. No, if I don't need it, I'm not getting it. Point blank, period. If I don't need it, I'm not getting it. And I would just hope that everybody out here would take this time and start to, reflect and be like, what ways within myself do I need to correct and reset on? I feel bad about going out there and buying all this damn toilet paper, and now nobody else can wipe their ass. Go take a shower. I don't mean to laugh, because I know some of you out there are a little bit nervous and fearful, and there's a high anxiety, and I get it. But I just wanted to, come on here and say that, we need to think about this time, and perhaps it's being brought to our attention so we can really self-reflect and think about the things as a whole that we're doing that maybe could use some improvement. So I'm going to probably take more time to meditate. I'm going to look up, maybe some trainings and things like that. I'm actually going to take this time to really figure out how I want the next phase of my life to be. Journaling, I'm going to take this time that I'm sitting here by myself, because, with my brother popping in and out every so often, I'm here. I have this time to sit by myself and just enjoy my space, my new space, my happy space. Very happy. Oh, there's my new office. To be in this space after coming out of a long stressful part of my life and it's over with. So I'm really going to take this time to reset and be grateful for what has shown up in my life now. And I'm going to practice more being non-judgmental. I'm going to practice sharing love, and the stuff that I'm sharing is going to be, even on their social media, I'm going to try as often as I can to make people laugh and understand that, life is life, and we have to learn to live it to the fullest, and we have to learn to live it together. That's the message that I have today. Bye-bye.